Now there is Katha. That time we should not go up in the flight mode. So anyway, thanks a lot for participating in this Yatra, and we look forward to many activities during the day, and hope you will also enjoy. If there is any shortcomings, please forgive us. We will try to do our best service as much as possible. Hare Krishna.
Would request all the devotees to please come forward a little bit. It would be nice if we can really
सही से साइड में
Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna. Let's do a quick exercise. Hope all of you are breathing. Right? How many of you are breathing now? What a stupid question. Okay. How many of you are aware of your breathing? How many of you are aware of your breathing? Only few. Okay. So now, can you just take quick a couple of seconds, I would say. Just let's not do anything else. Just breathe. Close your eyes and inhale and exhale. And just inhale and exhale. Okay, let's do it. Very good. So, what do you observe while inhaling? Your stomach is really getting expanded or getting contracted? Inhaling. How many of your stomach gets expanded while inhaling? And how many of your stomach gets contracted while inhaling? Like this? Gets contracted. Okay, only few. Oh, after a while, so the it is expanded. So we have a kids program. So if you like, you can join us. They're planning for some seats, some different activities for all the kids. So once again, there are so many chairs are empty at the front. It will be nice if the front is okay. No, there is better sit in the front. You not be punished. Yes, I would request the devotees to please come in the front. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna. Hare Hare. I think we are taking more time than what you have thought of. Yes. So, why we did that quick exercise? Because most of the time, yes, we do so many things, but we are not aware of it. Just like sometimes we drive down very fast the highway, or even sometimes from our home to the office. We don't see what is really happening and on the left and right. We're so much occupied that I have to really go fast. But then, once a while, if we just walk by or if there is some traffic or whatever reason, we happen to go slow, then we understand, oh, what is happening on the left, what is happening on the right, and there are so many things that are happening. Similarly, there are some time we need to also spend with ourselves and to introspect, to understand what is really happening within our heart. Just like once we slow down in the traffic, while going in the highway, we enjoy, we release the landscape. Similarly, we come to this place just to reflect within, to see our inner landscape. What it is? Oh, what are these beautiful trees that have come up? What are the beautiful flowers that have come up? Or are there some cactus that they have grown? Right? Okay, cactus means also soon the flower will bloom. Right? Maybe it's a rose flower. Right? So that's the reason actually, right? We come together. Yes, we could have done this program in our Akshar Yoga Center. Anyway, you are coming there. But we come out of our regular environment, regular ambience, so that we just move out of our comfort zone, out of our normal life, and just reflect within what exactly is going on in my life. We just make an inventory of what is there in my thoughts, what is there in my feelings. Can I use an opportunity to streamline it? And that's what we always do. Like in the corporates also, they annually they go for offsites, right? They go for the business meetings to really review what has really happened, what is our vision, and as we really go forward, we plan a strategy. But somebody might be we do a lot of strategy in the office, but some works are done and all, but most of the things is a top down. They just communicate it. Most of the times it's there. Everybody they're really looking forward to the cocktail party in the night. Right. But for us, yes, we also look forward to the evening. Wonderful darshan we'll have, wonderful feast we'll have. Right. But at the same time, we also would like to take some time reflecting within how in this journey that we have started, where are we and where do we have to go? So, especially we hear that there are beautiful stories that we come up with, that we hear from our grannies or our parents, and it really influences some of you, especially at our age. How many of you started watching Ramayana in late 80s, 87, 88? Yes, some of you. And that's the way, we got our first TV. Yeah. Right? Most of the, we got the first TV because we want to watch Ramayana. But then, one devotee was saying that TV came as a Ravan. Disguised as a devotee. Disguised as a sannyasi. So it takes away everything. Similarly, with the today's modern gadgets as well. We think that, okay, all these things are really helpful for us, and it will help us in our productivity, it will help us in bringing higher efficiency. Yes, this technology and our advancement, they are really good. And definitely in our center also, we use a nice TV. But it's not about it's good or bad, it's about how do you use them. It's about like population explosion. It's not that it's good or bad, and it's really about what the population is doing. That is really important. So, yes, we hear stories of Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bhagavad Puran. So many stories are there. But the stories, once we hear them, it is really very soothing, very entertaining, very refreshing, very recharging. At the same time, once you understand the meanings of the pastimes, and they really transform our heart, they clean our heart. Pravishta Karna Randhena, once it goes within our heart through the years, it really cleans. It says that these pastimes of the Lord, they act like a cleaning agent. They do the mopping of the heart. So you might be thinking that, oh, my heart is clean because I take every day, some churna and some juice. My heart is really clean, and my pulse is okay, my oxygen saturation is good. Are we really talking about bodily aspect of it? We are really talking about the emotions that we have within our heart, the thoughts that we have in our mind. Are they really pure enough? First of all, we make ourselves aware that what is really going on within our heart, within our mind. So, because as we have started the spiritual journey, we go through the, we can say, 3 stages. What are the 3 stages? Because yes, as most of us getting conditioned to enjoy body, our whole purpose is just enjoy, sense gratification. How can I really enjoy as much as possible? Right? And most of the times, we also come to spirituality or this kind of programs because it's maja aayega. I'll be free from all the problems of the life, and then I will be able to enjoy as much as possible. Yes, then I will not have any problems. I don't have to work so much, but I will just kind of put one coconut, right, and then I'll get one promotion. Right? Or I don't have to go doctor to spend so much of money, and then I will get cured. Or some people realize that okay, there is beyond this bodily aspect, okay, for the mind, because like the temples are called mandir. Mandir means they really treat the mind. This is the hospital for the mind. The temples are meant to cure our mind. So is that okay? Maybe once we go to the temple, thoda sa aram lagta hai. Because some of the people, They don't get sleep. But as soon as the clock starts, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, let's. You have seen, because it really calms us down. It makes us sober. We really forget about all the other thoughts. Because most of the time, why don't we sleep? Because there are so many thoughts. Oh, what will happen? What will happen? Oh, this happened. Oh, I lost this. Always angry about this. Some limitation that happened in the past, or worry about the future. We always fly with these two wings that are hardly we spend, at the current moment or what is really happening. So, so we really, get lost there in this line to really lose that momentum. What is really happening at this point of time? Okay. So we are talking about this beautiful pastimes. How it really helps us in going deep within our heart and cleaning it. And all our acharyas, through their realizations, they have told us so many beautiful pastimes. Today we'll be discussing about one pastime. This is this pastime when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is known other than the Lord himself, when he was Puri, he was sitting with one of his associates called Gadadhar, and he would be spending days and days hearing the same story. And because once you hear this pastimes again and again, we hear newer and newer realization. We get more and more love of Godhead. So we are discussing about three phases, right? First phase is the sense gratification, and the second phase, what is that? Then we understand from the stories, from this Bhagavad Gita, the manual of life, and then we try to understand there is a higher purpose in the life. It's not that purpose of the life is to just enjoy body. We have to really go above, right? We go from IT to BT. What is IT? We focus not from Indriya Trupti, not from all our Indriya Trupti, how we can really enjoy, but then we go to Bhagavad Trupti. It's called BT. So that's the the OS we need to change, right? At least we are aware that we need to change our OS from IT to BT, Indriya Trupti to Bhagavad Trupti. But then it's not easy because we have been conditioned, like this child, who is habituated to play. It is very difficult for them to sit. Though sometimes parents tell him, or even he is aware also, he has to sit and he has to study, but still he is not able to study because of the conditioning. But then, as he progresses, right, we'll start with 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, slowly and slowly. And then he comes to a stage where he's completely absorbed in the study. That is the stage of complete surrender. Yes, as we start with sense gratification, then the phase of struggle, right? Struggling with our mind and body to really perform this devotional service. Right? For so many people, getting up early in the morning is very difficult. Right? But I know so many other devotees. They are habituated to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. But at the same time, I'm really grateful to all of you, especially with kids, to the elderly members. You stretched yourself, and most of you are on time. So thank you very much. Let's give them a big hand to all of you. So yes, it is difficult, and we'll just discuss about while going through this phase of struggle, going through this phase of difficult time, how we can really keep our enthusiasm, how we can be really determined to really go to that place of surrender, to go to that place where we'll release, where we really will love to come to take center of the holy names, take center of the Lordships. Will we feeling that, oh, I'm really missing something because I'm away from the Lord. There are so many people, they're so habituated to the worship of the Lord, they don't want to go anywhere else. Some people, they are so much habituated to chanting of the holy name, they say that I need millions of years, I need millions of tongues. That is our Rupa Goswami, one of our Acharya was telling. We are thinking that how can I really get rid of my chanting as soon as possible so I go somewhere else? That's our condition. And then our Acharya, they say, let me chant more and like, even if the Lord wants, give something, the best of the benediction, the devotee is saying that I don't need anything else. I just want to hear your glories. That is the test that they have developed. That's why it is mentioned that there are two kinds of people who are very happy. The people who are completely in ignorance and they are completely mad in the world. They are happy. Other set of people who are completely surrendered to the Lord, right? And they are really relishing the love of the Lord, they are happy. But who are miserable? Who have understood that, yes, we have to go there, but we are not yet there. So, but the process is very simple. The process is very simple. Sometimes the process is so simple that we miss it. Sometimes in the exam also, we get some of the questions, which are very easy, we just keep them. Oh, cannot be so easy. Right? Just leave it and then we come. And then we discuss with our friends, that it is so simple. Similarly, this process of going back to Godhead, now our acharyas have given. Just, in this age of Kali, just chant the holy names of the Lord. It's so simple. We don't have to do so much of what we call magachmari. Like, we don't have to do so many things. Right? But now, to chant the holy names of the Lord also, for the conditioned mind, it is difficult. That's why our Acharya have given daily worship. Our Acharyas have given some time for us to come together and hear. That's why Siddhanta boliya chitte na karala jaha hoite Krishna lage sudrudha manas. It is mentioned that we should not be lazy in coming to this dham and coming to study Bhagavad Gita or understanding Siddhanta, Bhagavad Tattva, Jiva Tattva, Bhakti Tattva, all these philosophical things. Because after understanding all these things, our conviction, our faith will get stronger. That's why we request everybody, we come together to hear, to chant, to read the books. So here we are talking about on this very beautiful pastime today. This is from the 4th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. This is the 8th chapter. As I said, is the favorite pastime of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This pastime is of 5-year-old boy who could really achieve his goal of life in just 6 months. Most of us definitely been associated with Krishna conscious movement for more than 6 months. Yes, at least most of you. And in 6 months, he has already achieved his goal of life. And we can see that what was his mood, what was his process that he could really achieve, and for us it is taking a really long period of time. And this boy is born to a parent. His father's name was Uttanapa. Uttanapa is the son of Swayambhuva Manu. And Swayambhuva Manu is the son of Brahma. So yes, this story happened long. And this Uttanapa had 2 wives. One is called Suruchi, another is Suniti. And Suniti, she is so full of character, she is full of devoted to the Lord. And her son's name was Dhruva. And Uttanapa had one more wife. What was her name? Suruchi. She was so beautiful and she was so much liked by the king that always the king was loving so much Suruchi. And the story goes like this. Once the king Uttanapa, he was sitting on his throne along with his son of Suruchi named Uttama. And then at that point of time, this 5-year-old boy, Dhruv, he came forward and he also wanted to sit in the lap of his father. King, what is his name? Uttama. And seeing that, yes, everybody wanted to kind of seek some shelter. Everybody wants to achieve something. Everybody wants some love, because that is the purpose of life. Why he wants to go? Because he wants some love of his father. Why you work? Because you want to get some, money, and so that you can really give it to a family, and so that they can be happy about it. So somebody is sick center, right, in our work. Somebody is sick center at home. Somebody is sick center, right, maybe in the sports, right? Everybody is sick center somewhere. But then most of the times, whatever we're trying to get out of that, it really ends in misery. They said that because we come under the influence of time. Because the influence of time is Shula Sukhaya Dukham Mahadgatana. For getting a little bit of Sukha, Shula Sukha, right? Mahadgatana. We have to work very hard for it. Just a couple of seconds of pleasure, but we work for hours and days and months and years. And then we understand that what is the price, right? What is the price I am getting, and what is the price I am paying? For whatever things we should do, that ROI, we should understand the investment. How much I am putting the effort, and what is the result I am getting? If I am really paying 1 crore rupees for one gulab jamun, definitely it's not, doesn't make sense. But most of the times that's what we are doing. We are earning so much for just little pleasure. But just to understand, just to make us realize that we cannot get happiness here. Because the whatever happiness, it is really influenced by time. What is the time? T-I-M-E. What is it? T-I-M-E? It is temporary, it is illusory, it is miserable, enjoyment. Yes, you will get enjoyment, but with 3 prefix. What is 3 prefix? Temporary, illusory, miserable, enjoyment. Yes. Whatever the enjoyment, you just think of it. You think of your cherished enjoyment. Now, definitely it will have 3 components. You cannot be sustained for forever. You cannot really release that, right, to your full satisfaction, because our senses are itself limited. And yes, whatever the enjoyment, it also comes with the buy one get one, some misery as well. Right? But then our Acharya is saying that yes, there is some higher pleasure, there is some supreme pleasure, who is a reservoir of all pleasure. Who is he? Krishna and Ram. Ramante yogina anante satyananda chidatmane Vidi Rama Padena so Varam Brahma Abhidhiyate. The Lord Ram represents the supreme reservoir of supreme pleasure. So once you take center of Lord Ram, right, we getting connected to the supreme source of pleasure. Yes, it's really up to us. Whether we are trying to get water from just a small pond where it is getting dried up very quickly, or you want to really getting connected to a huge groundwater, right? Where there is a perennial water. What do you, especially in Bangalore? Right? Definitely, you really look forward to a place where there is a perennial groundwater. Not really that we just go for something where there is a 1 inch of water. Sometimes water comes and sometimes it doesn't come. Right? So we should be intelligent enough. That's what our Acharya is saying. And yes, Dhruva also faced the same thing. He was just trying to get into the lap of his father to get some enjoyment. But this time, his stepmother, Suruchi, it just scolded. Dhruva, you're not eligible, you're not qualified to sit on the throne of my husband. You're not qualified. Same time, she said, you have to worship Lord Vishnu, and then you can appear in my home, then you will be eligible. Otherwise, you are not qualified. First of all, it is a small boy, 5-year-old. He didn't want anything else from his father. But how the envious mentality of Suruchi? Because he was thinking that, oh, like my co-sister, right, like the Suniti, right, she is elder, Dhruva is elder, it's a matter of time, he'll be the king. So how from the very beginning, I will have that mentality, Mamaka Pandava say, this is her son, this is my son. Somehow the king should be attached to my son only, that I can really take away this bonding of the father and son. but in Dhruva, and with heart as quickly as possible. And then you see the arrogance of that lady. Who's that lady? Suruchi. What's he saying? You have to worship Lord Vishnu. Because we hear that. Whoever worships Lord Vishnu, Yadgatva nani vartate tatham bhagam. Lord is saying that whoever worships Lord Vishnu will not come back. But if somebody is really coming to her womb, means my womb is greater than even. You see the arrogance of that lady. And the other way also, other perspective also, she is thinking that, oh, let my husband know that how I really love to talk about Lord Vishnu. I'm a devotee of Lord Vishnu, so that he will be more devoted to me, he will be more loyal to me, so that I can become a good wife of him. So always, people with a hidden agenda, they don't speak whatever is right. They speak, whatever is really good, for their mind. So while speaking, they don't measure the temperature of the word. While speaking, they speak so much, harsh words, right? The word, while going, one word S gets added to that word. Then what happens? The letter S added to the words. It becomes sword. Right? Once you speak insensitive, harsh words to somebody, S gets added to these words. It becomes sword. And what happens? Because this tongue, some of you might know, this is the part of the body which heals very quickly. You know that there are some properties of this saliva is that it heals very quickly. Whatever injury, we really get in the tongue, it heals very quickly. But the injury caused by the tongue, it takes longest to heal. Right? How sensitive we should be. That's why our Acharya says, why don't you speak some good words, cooling words, refreshing words for others' benefit? And we can really start at home. We can really start with our friends circle. Right? Because most of the times with our devotees we say Hari Bol, right? But in our near and dear ones, sometimes we become very fast, right? And it really goes deep within because we take it for granted. All our family members and so on. It's a nice lesson that we need to learn. That how? Because please remember that we can learn from every situation, from every people. From some people we learn what we should do. From some people we learn what we should not do. So now from the case of Suruchi, from her first words, we know that how it really caused so terrible, right, heart attack, right, for Dhruva. And for Dhruva, it was unbearable, right? For a 5-year-old boy, was being chastised, by his stepmother. Was his stepmother? Suruchi. And then he was just like, in Bhagavatam it is mentioned, just like sometimes a snake is bitten with a stick and it really eats, and hisses so much, right? With so much heavy breathing. I was breathing, and then directly went whenever we need something, we go to our most cherished center. And Dhruva, the only cherished center was his mother, Suniti. So he went there, but by the time she went, Suniti had already heard about what had really happened in this house, right? What had really happened with the Uttanapad and Suruchi, and how she was thinking that yes, I was neglected for so long, for so many things, for so many years, but I didn't realize that it become my son also. She was really feeling bad. But then as soon as Dhruva came, he gave 3 golden instructions. Would like to hear? Because sometimes when the child comes, like either from the school or maybe Papa said something, or neighbor said something, what do you usually do? Like just last month only we had a parenting seminar. What do you do? We just kind of say, oh, who said that? Let's go and let's kind of blasting or blaster. Oh, then we start kind of complaining and criticizing. Oh, this person is like that only. Why you would have gone there? No, this is your fault. मैंने कितने बार बोला है वहाँ पे नहीं जाने के लिए. Why you didn't go there? And we kind of start all our energy and agree to kind of to that child, or then we kind of give it to somebody. It's like we discussed on that day, right? Like, it's really what is really within, right? And a difficult moment, like one where is squeezed, and what really comes out is what is within ourselves. Right? We always say that once the mango is crushed, what really comes out? Mango juice. Neem is crushed, we get neem juice. Similarly, when the situation, the tough times, squeezes us, what really comes out? Really gets us. So sometimes if somebody says something and we really get angry, we really get our venomous words, it means that all this venom is inside us. So at that point of time, see what Suniti said. So three things. First thing she said, oh, my dear son, yes, what to do, right? Because somehow or other, I am not really like my husband. At the same time, please don't have any ill wishing and ill thoughts towards my husband or anybody else. Because once we keep the charcoal within our heart, it really burns us. Once we carry some heavy luggage of guilty or some revenge, it really kills us. It really burdens us. Sometimes we can hold this, and I can hold this for maybe 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, maybe 1 hour. I can hold it like this. Can I hold it for maybe 1 day or 1 week like this? No. My heart and the head will start aching. Right? Similarly, once we have that that hatred towards somebody, it's really heavy. Hatred means it's really heavy. So yes, it is good for us. It's not good for the other person. Right? It's good for us. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that we don't act on the abuser. Definitely we need to act. But from our side, for the benefit of us, right? From our side, we should really give them. And then, right, with some authority or whatever, we have to do the needful. Not we need to just forgive completely so that we don't have to act on it. Right? But from our side, we just not drop it. That's the first instruction. But Dhruva was still difficult to accept it. The second instruction, Suniti said, my dear son, whoever inflicts some pain, the result comes to that person very quickly. It's just a matter of time. So what does it mean? Is that Suruchi, right? Like Suniti was thinking that Suruchi will get her result, so you don't have to do anything. That's what she was saying. Huh? What? You got my point? Just like what Suniti would be thinking that, oh, she was telling that, okay, Suruchi really inflicted pain on you, and she will also get pain very quickly, so you don't have to work on it. That's what she's told. So what she was telling that, because we might have committed some pain to somebody at some point of time, that's really coming to us. So it's all this because the principle of karma. Somebody might be thinking that, oh, it's a karma. Now he inflicted, he inflicted. Now, most of the times we apply these principles, right, of this philosophy, this spirituality on others. But these principles are basically for us to act. This principle of karma is to understand what is our karma, what is my dharma. Right? It's a very beautiful principle to really learn. But still, this also, right, Dhruva as a 5-year-old boy whose heart is raising fire, still could not accept so much. The third instruction at that point of time, Suniti gave. What is the third instruction? She said, my dear son, whatever your stepmother said, she is right. What is right? You go and worship Lord first. Because as a what is called Saragrahi, we have to always understand, we have to always think, what is the good thing, right, in that situation? Right? That's why Acharya say we should be like a honeybee, not like a fly. What is the difference between honeybee and fly? Honeybee, even if there is so much of dirt is there, there is one flower, it will go to that flower and the honeybee will take that nectar from that flower. But the fly, even if there will be a beautiful rose garden, not go to the roses, it will go to the some dirt, some garbage, something there, the fly will go there. So once again, what we are really meditating, what we are really thinking, it's not based on the situation, it's really based on our consciousness. So how we have to evolve ourselves, we have to transform ourselves to seek the essence, right? So we should not be the looking for just magnify the faults of everybody. Right? Yes, it's Kali Yuga. What else you can expect? Yes, Kale Dose Ridhe Rajan. This world is full of faults. You don't have to do PhD or you don't have to grow up to find faults in somebody. Faults are everywhere. But then what really needs men of substance is that to find the good within somebody. Right? And that's a quality that we should develop. And that's what Suruchi is telling his son. And then this one, right? Dhruva could understand. Yes, this makes sense. Right? Yes, I need something, and if Lord Vishnu will really help me, I'll go there. I don't know. He said, Lord Vishnu, how will I get it? But he'll help me in achieving my goal. And Suruchi, you have little bit more thoughts. Suniti. Now she said that yes, just by worshipping Lord Vishnu, your grandfather, right? Is that Swayambhu Manu? He got his beautiful kingdom, or your great grandfather Brahma, right? He got this power to create this universe, right? Yes, worshipping the Lord Vishnu. We have heard that it can really grant all the benedictions. Right? When Dhruva heard it from his mother, right? Suniti, he got really overwhelmed. Yes, this is what I need. This is what I do. Tell me, what should I do to worship Lord Vishnu? Then she said that I have heard that all these sages, everybody, they really go to the forest. So yes, maybe in the forest he is there. And then once again, we can just pause here. We can just think that how, like we talked about that scenario, right? If some child, a child comes to us and really starts kind of talking so many things about so many people, how as a parent we should respond to it? Right? How we should empathize our kid at that point of time. Right? Not that he's going through so much of turmoil, instead of just neglecting child. Or instead it could be the spouse also, or it could be employee manager also. How we should really deal with that kind of complicating situation. If somebody really comes to you, how do you really deal with them? Instead of just, once again, putting all our venom once again, how we empathize them, how we listen with empathy, right? Without any bias, but with grace, right? Without any partiality, but with responsibility. That is the quality of the leader, that's the quality of the mother. And we see that, later on we will see that, just primary character of this whole episode is who? His mother, his Suruchi. Suniti. Right? Yes, Suruchi really drove this incident, but the heart transformation happened through the behavior of Suniti. Because of the Suniti, Dhruva got transformed. Even later on, we will see, even the Suruchi also will get transformed, and also even Uttama will get transformed. Even Uttanapad get transformed. Sometimes you might think that, oh, what can I do? And but just by the action of the Suniti, all the family members got transformed. And even though this family is really linked to Brahma, and one of the first family, they are the son of Swayambhu Manu, the king of the universe. Still, they had a problem. And then how? The action of this gentle lady, this devoted lady, really transformed the world. And they created a so beautiful example that we have been hearing from many years. And here, that Dhruva heard it. Yes, now let me go to the forest. He started going to the forest. At that point of time, Lord realized that yes, now he is sincere. Let me go and help. Because whenever there is a sincere mood through the Supreme Lord, Lord will show us the way. Lord will send us a guide. That's why it is said, Krishna prasade Guru mile, Guru prasade Krishna mile. Can you repeat it? Krishna prasade Guru mile, Guru prasade Krishna. Yes, we have to take center, we have to cry for Krishna. That, oh Lord, I want to take your center. And then you will send us a Guru, like Srila Prabhupada and so many more acharyas in our life, in the form of books, in the form of the holy name, in the form of the devotee association, in the form of prasadam. Lord will, reciprocate to us. Lord will offer us, Lord will facilitate us, through which we can go really closer. And through that association of the devotees, through the guidance of the devotees, we really go closer to the Supreme Lord. So, we on our own, we cannot really directly approach the Lord. Just like sometimes, we want to approach maybe higher authorities like president or prime minister. We might not have so close relationship that we can approach directly. But then we know that who somebody knows, right? That's the mood of the devotee is that how I can be the servant of the servant of the servant of the servant. So that my Lord is pleased. Because ultimately Lord is saying, Bhaktir Bhakta Janapri. I am really dear to someone who is a devotee of my devotee. So at that point in time, Lord being so pleased with Dhruva's determination. Right? What happened? He sent his dear messenger. Who is that? Narada. Yes, always Narada Muni is there. Narada Muni, because he always goes around and sings the glories of the Lord. Narada Muni Vajaye Vina Karamana Nama. So he was always chanting the glories of the name. And then Lord directed Narada Muni, you go and please take care. Right? So many instances we see. Yeah? In the Ramayana also we see there is one pastime. Is that pastime? Any pastime you know? Narada Muni comes to take care of a devotee. Anybody knows? Yes, in Ramayana. Yes, thank you very much. How it happens? Yes, that happens much later. But before that,
Bittu Valmiki Ashram, he went and asked the 16 qualities of Rama.
16 qualities of Lord Ram. Yes, that is one. Even much before that. Yeah.
He guides one.
Ratnakar.
He was born of a sage, and his name was Agnisambha, it is mentioned. But somehow, because of the association, for whatever reason, he became a hunter, and from a hunter, he became a bandit. Right? He became a cruel, thief. Right? But then, because of the somehow Lord intervened in his life, then through Narada Muni, we got to really know that what is the essence of the life. Right? Whatever I might be doing, so many mischievous things that I might be doing, none of my family members are really taking a ownership of that one. Right? Whether we get so many things to earn money, we do so many mischievous things. Right? Whether all our family members will take the share of that one, no, they take care how you are feeding us. Right? But whether you are doing it in good ways or bad ways, if you are doing good ways, it's good for you. But in bad ways, it's also for you only. Nobody is going to say. So how much it is a responsibility for them. Ratnakar realized that, yes, now I have to do something for myself. Right? That yes, and there are so many other pastimes also. In Prahlad Maharaj also how, right? Narada Muni came to take care of Gaya, the mother of Prahlad. And there's so many other stories. But how, you see that can anybody would have imagined that Krishna consciousness would be there in some Western countries or Europe or some Western Europe countries or Africa or Latin America. Because somebody really prayed for it, and Lord sent some book. Lord sent is a Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Lord sent this Bhagavad Gita. And you see that how their lives getting transformed. Yes, sometimes, we go to some very, very remote part of the world and we see that there is a temple, there is a house at 5 o'clock in the morning that is Mangalarti. Because somehow or other they had seen somewhere, they had gone somewhere, they have understood the essence of this beautiful Krishna consciousness. It's a so joyful process. Kevala Ananda Kanda. Because they understand, they realize it, yes. And somehow some devotee touches them. It's a Lord does not intervene in the karma of anyone. Lord does not intervene the karma of anyone. But a devotee intervenes the karma of someone. Whatever we are supposed to get as a reason, we'll get it. Lord does not change that. But a devotee, out of his compassion, he intervenes in the heart. It really changes the direction. He makes the U-turn. Oh, you are going towards him. Now turn towards this direction. That's why Lord is saying, my devotee is very dear to me. Because Lord is saying, he is equal to everybody. Right? He doesn't want to partial, this person or that person. But the devotee, he always goes out, even if he has to go through so much of suffering, he would not mind, right? But then he want to distribute it. And Narad Muni came, and then whenever there is a spiritual master, a devotee also comes. Sometimes, yes, he gives profusely, and sometimes he also tests us. He tests us. So it doesn't, it's like when you want to get a degree in the college, you go through some test. Right, unit test, term test, final test. Right? Similarly, in the spiritual world also, if you want to go to the spiritual world, nothing comes easy. You'll also have to go through some tests. So, Narad Muni came and asked Dhruva, Dhruva, you are such a young boy. This is the time for you to play. Where are you going? What are you doing? Just go back home. They're waiting for you. Uttam is waiting for you to play. Just go back. Completely, unmoved. Right? You're still thinking that, how do I really, achieve? Will this person help me or not? Right? And then, through Narad Muni understood the mood of Dhruva. He said, okay, if you want to really go, but do you know how difficult it is? I have seen that so many sages, they've been, endeavoring this tapasya and austerities for, centuries and millenniums, but still they don't get it because it's so difficult to get this into the spiritual path. Just leave it and just enjoy what you go back. Okay? That's what sometimes that's how we are getting tested. We'll go every Sunday to class. It's okay. One day we don't go. What is it? Oh, today we don't chat. What is the problem? It's okay. It is time to enjoy. God has given so many things for to enjoy. God has given, no? Not only has given so many things, God has given so many nonsense things for us to enjoy. Then Dhruva heard all these things. And then Dhruva said to Narad Muni, I know whatever you are saying is right. Right? That yes, I should respect all the living entities and I should really move away from it. But I'm at this point in time completely in ignorance. And now I really request you, could you really please help me, right, in worshipping Lord Vishnu? Once Narad Muni heard the sincere, desire of Dhruva, he said that yes, I will really give you. And at that point of time, he narrated very beautifully how he should really pray to their lordships. He talked about that what kind of austerities he should do, what kind of yoga he should do, and what kind of form that he should really worship. Because once you are worshipping the Lord, it's not that we have to worship some light, we have to worship anything or anyone. Right? There is a process for it. As we come into Krishna consciousness, oh no, abhi hum bhi ye karte hain, hum bhi wo karte hain. No, it's not that. It has to go through some certain process. Just like Prabhupada used to give one example, right? Like earlier they used to send letters in the post boxes. It's not that you go to any red box and you put a letter and it will go to the destination. No, you have to go to a bona fide box and then you have to put it there and then it will carry forward. Right? Similarly, once you come to a temple like bona fide temple, or once we come to a bona fide acharya, they will tell us. We have to put that energy to find out what is really bona fide. I cannot say, oh, I didn't know. It's a your problem. If you want to really buy a diamond, you cannot go to a grocery store and say, oh, I need a diamond. Could you please help me? Which kind of a diamond is really nice? And then say, oh, you say you are in the pool. I should tell you. You can ever give you a piece of glass and you will take the money of a diamond. And we should be intelligent enough to understand what is right and wrong. At that point of time, very beautifully, Narad Muni is glorifying the beautiful form of the Lord. He's saying, Prasanna Vikutam Saswa, Prasanam Padanam Vakshanam, Sunasam Subraham, Charu Kapalam Sundaram. How Lord is always smiling. How Lord is Prasanna Vadanam. His face is always a pleasant and he is joyful. And Sunasam is nose having beautiful and also his eyebrows are also so nice. Charu Kapalam, he's having a beautiful forehead. And then he's continuing. Now he's not that because he's there for a long time. He's very old person, just like in some religion they say. No, he's saying that he's Tarunam. He's always ever youthful. Tarunam Ramaniyangam Arunavashta Ikshanadharam Pranatasranayam Ronam Saranyam Karunarnavam. He's saying that yes, he's so beautiful and he's so youthful, right? And his lips, his eyes are beautiful, pink, just like the rising sun, right? And he's also Pranata Asrayam. Everybody really takes shelter of him. Yes, sometimes we get really attracted to someone because of having wealth and opulence. But our heart really gets influenced, our heart really gets touched by someone whose character is strong. And character here, Lord Vishnu, what the character you are referring to? He said, Pranata Asrayam. He is so compassionate. So, we can really attract or we can influence others, not with our opulence, but with our character. Here, Narad Muni is really talking about the qualities, the sweet qualities of Lord Vishnu, how he is so compassionate. And how he's having Srivatsanakam, Anasyamam, like very beautifully. How Narad Muni is really talking about the beautiful forms of the Lord Vishnu. And then he says that yes, not only the worship of the Lord, but we should chant the mantras also. His mantra means Manas Prayate, the mantra. That really pulls us down. That really Manas really delivers us from all kind of negative thoughts. It really delivers us. It really takes us closer to the Lord. And at that point of time, Lord gave this mantra to through Narad Muni. What is the mantra he gave? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. I was very grateful after hearing the instruction of Narad Muni. And then he proceeded. He said that, okay, there is a nearby river, Yamuna river, and on that bank, there is a beautiful place called Madhuban. How many of you went to Madhuban? You went to, yes. It's Madhuban. Madhuban is also famous for one more thing. Anybody knows?
Ramayana.
Yes, what is that?
Anjaneya, after seeing Sita Pirati, all the Vanara were coming towards Sugriva Malivan mountain. At that time, there was a Upavan garden. It's
Yes.
called Madhuban.
Yes, that is there. There's another place. That is a place of Satrughna. So Lord Ram had sent Satrughna to kill a demon because it's called Satrughna. Of course, he just killed one demon. That was his name. Lavanasura. So, of course, it's not because he killed Lavanasura, his name became Satrughna. Anybody knows why his name was Satrughna? Like we said Rama because this is reserve all reserve. Lakshmana means he's Lakshmi Sampanna because he was true Lakshmi is once you serve the Lord. That is real Lakshmi. And he's Lakshmi Sampanna. But Bharat, he was really carrying the burden. Even if so many people will say so many things, but he was not deviated, from his Lord's service. And Satrughna means, and especially some our Vaishnava Sampradaya, Lakshmana, Satrughna is considered the best of the brother. Why?
He
Anybody else?
was devoted, friend of a devotee.
Yes.
Devotee of devotee.
Devotee of that's what I just said, right? Yes, Lakshmana was serving Lord Ram, Bharat was serving Lord Ram, but Satrughna was serving Bharat. This is very difficult, right? We always want to serve directly the Lord. We always want to serve directly, right? But some of you might have seen in our programs, right? This is some devotees who are always in the background. They would like to serve the devotees. So sometimes you might be thinking, that because this person is, sitting in the front, he's doing everything. No, he's just a speaker only. It's like the speaker, right? It's just kind of amplifies it. But there's so many, right? There is an amplifier is there is a mic is there. There is so much things happening. Somebody else speaking. And all our acharyas, they are speaking, and we are just the speakers. And there are so many devotees. They are like the wives. Who are really helping us, right? So yes, it's always glorified the qualities of Satrughna, and yes, that is a place. We can now we also go to Madhuban here, this Vrindavan, right? You will see Satrughna temple also, and then just next to it there is a place, there is a hill that's called right Tirupati, right, where Dhruva did the austerities. Once he started doing austerities, what happened? The first month, right, he was taking only fruits and berries every third day. So I heard from our organizing team they have planned for 3 times prasadam in a day. Right? In between also we get some snacks and something in between. Right? But Dhruva was eating once in 3 days. That was the first, and that too only fruits and fruits. So if you really plan for only fruits, only kela hai prodias, prasad. I don't know how many would have turned up for Yatra. Right? But what it really means? It really means that unless we, prioritize, right, our devotional service to the Lord beyond our bodily needs, we cannot really go back. We want to show to the Lord that, oh Lord, I really love you, I really need you, I really, want to depend on you. But most of the times, we really, focus so much on our body, we focus so much on our senses, and that we forget everything else. That's what we do upavas. Upavas means we get closer to the Lord, that we get more and more time and energy for serving the Lord. That's what he was doing. He was completely absorbed. He was just thinking that, oh, it's the third day now. I have to know. He was completely once in a while when I'm getting some time, right? Then he was just kind of eating. And in the second month, he was just taking some leaves, some grasses every 6 days. And the third month, he was just taking a little drop of water from the Yamuna river every night. And in the 4th month, now hold your breath. He was taking a breath after every 12 days. Now we don't understand how much time we are breathing. Now we understand. This is the kind of austerity he was doing. What is this? That's what we wanted to about Dhruv. What really comes to your mind? The determination. Yes, it's very difficult to be determined. What is the determination? Determination. Right? When we terminate all our temptations, there are bound to have the dualities. There are bound to have those temptations in our life. Right? Either in terms of either sleeping or eating or drinking or going to teach and all the senses. They are so much attached to the sense objects. So that's why the temptations are bound to come. Right? So once you come into spirituality, it doesn't mean that we will free from the temptations. But a devotee means is determined to say no to the temptations. Mother Kunti is saying, Tvaime Ananya Visaya Matir Madhupate Sakra Pratim Udvatat Adha Ganga Evo Gampudanmati. Mother Kunti, mother of the Pandavas, she is saying to Lord Krishna that, oh Krishna, I want to have that unflinching love. I want to take unflinching shelter at your lotus feet. Oh Madhupati, oh Madha, take shelter of your lotus feet. How? Just like this river Ganga, how she is really flowing towards the ocean. So yes, there are so many mountains are coming, there are so many things are coming on the way, but she is focused, completely focused. And yes, in our life also, as we proceed towards the Lord, there are so many, challenges, difficulties, obstacles. They are bound to come. But then a devotee is determined to take the center of the Lord. He understands that yes, this is the goal of my life, this is the purpose of my life. He remains completely focused. And then how Lord tests us, it will be different. How Lord reciprocates, it will be different. But then yes, we need to have the determination, we need to have the faith. What is a faith? What is faith? How can we really develop that faith that yes, it should continue in this path? How should we get that faith? And what is that faith? Believe, okay, somebody, I believe that, okay, I should eat 5 gulab jamuns every day. That is good for health. What is that faith? Sirs, by hearing,
By experience.
by experience, conviction. Yes. What else?
Listening.
Listening to. Listening. Yes, we have been hearing so many things from so many people. Our Acharya is saying that Shraddha Sadhe Vishwastvaya Sudruda Nishchaya Krishna Bhakti Kaile Sarva Karma Kritam. Now the faith in the Lord means that once you take center of the Lord, you will take care of it.
Surrender.
Yes, surrender. And how will you get that faith, strong faith in the Lord? I hope you remember we had given a 5-step process. Anybody remembers? In our Gita course, we had said 5-step process how to develop faith. It starts with hearing, and then observing. We see from others, and then we practice it in ourselves. And then once we practice it, we experience it, and then we share it. Remember hopes? Hopes. Remember now? HOPES.
Prabhuji,
Right?
can you just repeat that one?
Yes. We said that we get faith in doing something, whatever it is. Okay, this medicine works. Or, if this process of Krishna consciousness works by hearing from the elevated Vaishnavas. Hearing is the most important thing. Hearing is the first qualification in the path of spirituality. This is the first qualification. This is the first step in our spirituality. Right? That submissive hearing, that submissive oral reception is the first qualification in our path going back to God. Right? Hearing. And then, not only hear, we observe. Oh, we see that how practicing this, how taking this medicine, it works. People get cured. Right? By chanting this Mahamantra, everybody is so blissful. They are also going through so many challenges in their life, but we see how they are so determined. Right? We saw that, one family was going through so much of trouble, so much of struggle, but still they were so much poised. They were so much of sober. It's not that they didn't have the pain, they didn't have the suffering, but then because they were connected to the so deep groundwater, they were not disturbed. Because they were so strongly connected, because they were seeing that yes, there are some things which beyond our control, right? Yes, there are some things which you try and you try to influence, right? But then if something is beyond our control, just leave it to the Lord. We accept that's the Lord's plan. Because sometimes we ask, oh Lord, make us really strongest person. And the time He gives us big obstacle. Right? Why? Because while working on that obstacle, your strength will increase. Sometimes when we say that, oh Lord, I want to be the most knowledgeable, I want to have the best of the wisdom, then He gives the complex problem to solve. By solving that complex problem, you become, more knowledgeable. So the way Lord reciprocates to us might be different than what we have planned. Because Lord is more intelligent than us. But most of the times we feel that we are the most intelligent. Lord is the strongest. So let Him do what I say. Right? Lord doesn't have the intelligence. I know what is good for me. So Lord should do what I say. But then a devotee understands he is not only strongest, but also the most intelligent. Right? Yes. We see that how the devotee's life they have transformed. So we observe, and then we don't get faith just by hearing and by observing. We have to practice it within our life also. Right? We say that, oh, this gulab jamun is so sweet, so delicious, so juicy. And we see that how whoever just tastes it. Right? But then if you don't take it within ourselves, we don't even feel that taste. Even if somebody really give a 5-hour lecture under the juiciness of the gulab jamun, or how this kind of medicine works, you have to practice it, you have to take it. And then we'll experience it within ourselves. And then Lord is saying, don't be miser in taking that medicine with you. Share it with others also. Because the more we share, the more realization we'll get it. And we'll understand what the problems everybody is going through. There will be so much of happiness. Today I saw that our Matajis like Alisa Mataji and so on, they were serving so happily, so joyfully. Because the more we serve, the more we get happiness. If you see that, by honoring prasadam, we don't get so much of happiness. By serving prasadam, we get a lot much happier. Because more we serve, the more happier we become. That is the nature of this. Because we are not serving anything else. We are serving the Lord. We are serving the devotees of the Lord. That's the. Yes, Dhruv had so much of faith in the words of his spiritual master Narayana. But yes, coming into this parampara, now we have seen that how so many lives have got transformed by taking the same Bhagavad Gita as it is, by chanting the holy name of the Lord, by coming in the association of the devotees of the Lord. It transformed, it works. So why not take it? And that's what Guru Maharaj is teaching us. And then yes, and just the 6th month, right, you become so much of focus in the service of the Lord, completely absorbed in the Lord, that even art started tilting. It is mentioned. And at that point, all the devatas they went to Lord Vishnu. Oh Lord, something is really happening. Could you please let us know? Please save us. We are not able to also breathe because Maharaj was so powerful that he had really conquered everything. And then Lord Vishnu said, don't worry. This is the characteristics of my devotee, right? Because he has really captured me within his heart and really within him. Let me go and take care of him. And then Lord appeared in front of Dhruva, right? Then though Dhruva was meditating, and then suddenly he realized that I'm not able to meditate on the Lord. Then he opened his eye, the same Lord was in front of him. He wanted to express his gratitude to the Lord. At that point, he could not speak a word. At that point of time, Lord touched his head through his oneself. And Dhruva Maharaj started praying to the Lord very beautifully. He said, Yanta pravishyama vachamimam prasokam sanjeevayati akhila sakti dharasvadhamam anyam sahasta charana sravana pagadim pranan namo bhagavate purusaya tutam. Dhruva started praying to the Lord, oh Lord, all my senses were completely inert, they were sleeping. But now being touched by you, they become enlightened. What does it mean? Earlier also Dhruva was speaking. Earlier also Dhruva was eating and doing so many things. Why he was saying that he was sleeping? And now it's enlightened? Because whatever activities, material activities we are doing, that's a state of ignorance. That is a state of sleeping. Once you start serving the Lord, that is an enlightened state. So once he really blessed by the Supreme Lord, then he started offering beautiful prayers to the Lord. And we see that. So sometimes we might not have the capacity or capability to do something. But then Lord empowers us. Because He is the source of power. Because He is the source of power, He empowers us. That's why I say even the like house in Prabhupada. And of course, He is activist avatar. At the same time, we need to really understand that nobody can really transform anybody's life. Somebody can teach something, and somebody can have so many followers for some time. But it's very difficult, right, to transform somebody's heart. It is a Krishna Takti Vina Nahi Tarakar. Unless Lord empowers someone, it is very difficult to transform somebody as an instrument. But we have seen that how our Acharya is being empowered by the Lord. They are being as an instrument to transform the world. And then Dhruva at that point of time, so he was very happy coming in front of the Lord. And Lord said that, yes, now I grant you that, yes, you wanted to have a kingdom greater than your great grandfather. And yes, you will have a grand kingdom. At the same time, not only for a short period of time, you will be ruling for 36,000 years. At that point of time, Dhruva started realizing, oh Lord, what you are giving it to me? Yes, I was asking for that kingdom, but now I realize that whatever I was really asking, that was just a piece of glass. He said, Sthana vilasi tapasi stitoham tvam praptavan deva munindra guhyam kacham vijinam apidivyaratnam. He's saying that oh Lord, right, for you to realize, right, to realize you, it is very difficult. Even all the devatas, they find it very difficult. Right? And now I have received you. Now I have your darshan. Right? I feel this is really rare. This is a precious gift. This is like a diamond for me. Right? But what? I was really looking for that piece of glass. Swamin Kritarthosmi Varam Nayaj. And Kritartha, I'm really so grateful. I don't need anything else. I don't want anything else. I don't want to have another, big throne. And if somebody is really drowning, will somebody want a big throne? Right? Because with that, he will get more drowned. And if you are sending me to this kingdom, it means that I will get more entangled. I don't want anything else. I'm happy just receiving you. At the same time, he prayed very beautiful things. If you are now in front of the Lord, what you will ask? Will you ask anything else? Will you ask anything else? You are just now in front of the Lord. Right? Would you really ask anything else? But Dhruva asked for one more thing. Would you like to hear what he asked? Would you like to hear?
Yes. Very good.
Do you know what he asked? What he could have asked? He said, I don't need all that kingdom and all that. Right now he is in front of the Lord. What else he could have asked? What else? Yeah.
Be with him always.
Vaikuntha.
To be always in the Vaikuntha, okay?
Devotee Association.
Yes, Sunday Prabhu knows the key because he is already a beautiful devotee of the Lord. A devotee of the Lord, he's happy in front of the Lord, but he's happier in the association of the devotees. Because yes, Lord also is there, but at the same time he keeps on traveling. He's busy with so many activities. But then once you are in the association of the devotees, it means that I will get more and more opportunity to hear your glories. That will become non-stop. So what is really the most precious thing in this world is the association of devotees. There is nothing else than this. That's what he is saying. Durlava manusya deha dehina khana bhankuram tatrapi durlabham manne vaikuntha priyadarshanam. The most rare thing is to get the association of the devotees. The devotees who have dedicated their life for the Lord. The devotees who have the taste of hearing the Krishna Katha. The devotees who are really love sharing Krishna Katha. That is the most important thing, my dear friends, my dear devotees. And that's what we should always anchor for. How can I get the association of the devotees more and more? How can I hear Krishna Katha more and more? How can I chant more and more? The association of the devotees. Because sometimes we said that The desires are not linear, they are triangular. You remember we talked about this, right? What does it mean? Like somebody sows this gulab jamun. Sometimes you might not be tempted to gulab jamun. I don't know if gulab jamun is there today. What is that? What is sweet Prabhuji today? Puran Poli is there. Okay. Is a kind of a person from Odisha. I don't know what is Puran Poli. Right? I don't know what is it. But then Prabhuji said, Puran Poli Prabhuji is delicious. The way they prepare, they put some sweets in between. And after that, man, yes, definitely I should have it. So, similarly, I might not understand, who is the Lord, what is his characteristics, what is his attribute. I might not know. But then once I hear from the devotees of the Lord, that how Lord is so glorious, how Lord is so sweet, how Lord is so compassionate. Once I hear about the characteristics of the devotees, and then I get more and more desire to serve the Lord. That's why they said, right? It's more dangerous to be a womanizer than a woman. Right? Why? Because it's just a matter of time. You'll get dragged and dragged and dragged. And the same thing also works, for the association of the devotees also. Bhaktya sanjataya. With the association of the devotees, we get bhakti. So that should be our aspiration. How we can get more and more association of the devotees. This is the most rarest thing in the world. And that is the prayer of Dhruv Maharaj. That's what we should really hanker for. And then, during this period of time, what had happened, Narad Muni had gone to the kingdom of Uttanpan, and Uttanpan was really lamenting because he realized that how my 5-year-old boy had gone to the forest, and he was really lamenting, he was repenting, right? And then Narad Muni came and he said, his dejection with him, and he was really regretting. And he kind of, was not trying to justify, but he was trying to rectify himself. He was not trying to not only just repent, but he was trying his best so that I will not repeat that mistake. So that is the quality, right, a devotee should have, right? That yes, we are bound to make mistakes, right? Even is it grandson of Brahma, we are bound to make mistakes, but how quickly, right, I recognize my mistake. Right? Yes, some of the times, some of the mistakes that we commit might be irreversible, but they are repairable somewhat. Right? Some of the mistakes that we might do, we might not be able to joint a broken pot, right? But somehow we can just repair it, keep it as an antique piece. Right? That we should really understand what is repairable, what is irreparable. But the Lord gives us opportunity for us to mend our relationship with the Lord, with the devotees. And then yes, Vatanapada was really repenting, and Narad Muni said that, okay, don't worry, your son is taken care of by the Supreme Lord, no harm will happen to him. Right? Lord is taking care of him. Just a matter of time, he will receive the darshan of the Lord, because he is so determined, and he will come back to your kingdom as quickly as possible. And then, when Vatanapada heard that, he was very happy. Right? And then all the people, they got to know that Dhruva is coming back. That point of time, right? Suniti, right? She heard it, she was so overwhelmed. And at that point, you see the character of Suniti. She also called Suruchi and Uttama also. Let's go and welcome Dhruva. They all went together in the palanquin. You see, it's a mood, right? How a devotee would be like, if, right? Whatever the injustice, yes, it's better. Then how we can really always think that how we can transform somebody, how we can really help them improve. Right? Yes, if there is no scope for improvement, there is no scope for growth, definitely we should take a call. We should not spend our energy there. Okay? But as much as possible, we should give space. We should give opportunity for others to understand their mistakes, right? To rectify their mistakes. And then everybody went and then really give a royal welcome to Dhruva, and Dhruva came back, right? And then of course they had another episode that how Dhruva ruled this kingdom 36,000 years so beautifully. But yes, in this past time we learned so many things, right? How the quality of Suruchi is, what is the quality of Suniti, what is the quality of Uttanpan, what is the quality of Dhruva, what is the quality of Narad Muni. Right? As a parent, how should we treat our children? As a sadhaka, how should we provide for the Lord? As a devotee, how should we be grateful? Then very beautiful episode happens after ruling for this 36,000 years when Dhruva was about to go back, right, and really reside in this whole star, it's called Dhruva Loka, which is also not different in the spiritual world, it is mentioned. At that point of time, when the Vishnudutas came and took the Dhruva, do you know what was his question? His question was, yes, I don't want to go alone. I am because of my mother. I am because of my mother. Where is my mother? Is he really going back or not? So yes, sometimes, like you see, when you can understand the humanity of Srila Prabhupada, he's writing in that section that I also wish and pray that one of the disciples of mine will become a Dhruva. And because of his purity, I will go back to God. Right? So these are also prayers. It's not that we might be thinking that, oh, I have come here Krishna consciousness much earlier than all of you or some of you. I'll go first, and all of you will go because of me. Here, we do this as a service to our acharyas. So Prabhupada was saying that because all of you will be pleased, you will pray to the Lord so that I will have a chance. This is the mode of the devotee because he thinks that I am not qualified. I don't have any good qualities to serve the Lord, to go back to the Lord. Quality of the devotee is really humble. And the quality of a devotee is so grateful. Grateful, this gratitude that really makes our heart tight. That really makes our heart humble. This humble comes from this word called humus. It's fertile, soil. When the heart is fertile, the seed can grow nicely. This bhakti lata, this creeper of devotional service grow nicely. But if there is no gratitude, there is no humility in the heart, the devotional service, the bhakti will not grow. Yes. Can you just spend 2 minutes in writing a couple of sentences of gratitude to whoever has really helped, right, in our life? Right? Maybe it can start with our mother. It can start with so many persons who have really helped us, who have really saved us in our life. Can you just spend some time? Let's say our gratitude. And not only just write down your gratitude, oh, thank you, this person or that person, but please write down why. Why you are grateful. Share your gratitude with a why. Please spend 2 minutes. Please do this exercise. It's a very powerful exercise. Very powerful exercise. Then we realize that what we have. Because most of the times we cry for what we don't have. Okay. So okay. Amrit Babu. Amrit Babu. Amrit Babu is here. Okay, please write it down because it's always good to put it on the paper. To whom we are grateful and why we are grateful to them. Please reflect as we discussed, as we did the first exercise also, how Dhruva was grateful to his mother. You know, to whom we can be grateful.
I can use.
We can do it. Sketch pen. Okay. Because this exercises, right? Like especially this gratitude exercise that we can do every day morning, every day night, along with our family members. Because most of the times we are grateful when somebody leaves. You are staying with somebody, some of your close friend, close of family members. Then we remember them. Oh, it was so nice, right? We're so grateful that they did so many things to us. And it becomes very late. Most of the times, we say our gratitude when somebody leaves their body. Can we say our gratitude when they are alive? Can we say some good words? Okay, we are done. Yes. Okay, thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Anybody has any questions, comments before we will go for the activities? Any questions or comment from today's session? Yes.
Just wanted to ask you, is there any specific mantra which Dhruva chanted or is there any
Yes. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
just like Maharaj?
Yes. So there are different mantras given by our acharyas at different point of time. Right? At this point of time, our acharya said Kalika Santana Upanishad. There are so many other Upanishads. It is mentioned that this the prime mantra for this age is Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Any other questions or comments from anybody? Yes.
Prabhuji, what's the right way to study Bhagavatam? Directly from Bhagavatam or like you are reading that the other one?
जाओ भागवत पढ़ो वैष्णव स्थाने एकांत आश्रय कर चैतन्य चरणे. Sandeep Prabhu asked a very beautiful question. How to study Bhagavatam? And our Acharya is saying that you have to go and study Bhagavatam in the association of devotees. Right? Yes, we read Bhagavatam in the form of stories, right? But taking center of devotees means we read the purport also nicely. And preferably, we should meet with the devotees. Like generally, nowadays we have started a study circle in our center, right? To study Bhagavatam. We come in association with devotees, or we discuss with the devotees. How do we not only understand the story flow, but also what does it really mean to us? Like we talked about so many characters today, and how they really represent different attributes that we can also visualize ourselves. That really happens with the journey with the devotees. That really happens once you hear from the devotees. That's why Raja is saying, Jao Bhagavata Pada Vaishnavas. We should hear Bhagavata in the season of Vaishnavas. Ekanta Astraya Kara Chaitanya Charani. We get that faith in Srimad Bhagavata by taking center of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna. Any other questions, comments?
Hare Krishna, Guru. Thank you for wonderful class. So I had a question like Dhruva Maharaj. So he had so many challenges and obstacles also, but still he did not deter from what he wanted to achieve. Although it might be a material goal, but he strived so much and then he reached that goal. So how do we determine such? How do we develop such determination? Because many times there are distractions which do disturb our goals.
Yes, so that's a very good question, Prabhuji. Prabhuji's words were like blessings, like Dipi Vani. Thunderous voice. So, what our Acharya is saying that for a devotee, there are three very, very important qualities we should have. Utsaha, Nischaya, Dhairya. We should have enthusiasm, we should have patience, and we should have confidence. These three should be together. Not that we have Utsaha but no patience. Right? And we have a lot of patience but no Utsaha. Right? These are very difficult. We should have enthusiasm. Whatever we do, right? We should have Utsaha, Nishraya, Dhairya. These three are very, very important. And another quality is really that association of the devotee, sadhu sangha. Because we are what we associate with. We get determination by staying associated with the devotees of determination. Because the devotees will remind us that yes, what we are really trying to aim for, what we are really trying to get, right, is not of this world. Yes, we have spent so much of time really, going through the time, right? Temporary, illusory, miserable enjoyment. We have tested it. It doesn't give any kind of happiness. Right? Why not try sometime, right, in achieving that which is Saswat, which is Nityam, which is all Sachidananda Vigraha. And we should have that faith, the words of our acharyas. Yes, we might not have faith in ourselves, but can we not have faith in Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Soda Goswamis, Srila Prabhupada, who have given their life for all of us? They didn't have any selfish agenda. How they were determined. How Srila Prabhupada, they didn't have anything. At one point of time, he had everything. Lord was saying at that point of time, right? I was so happy with the family. But then it's just a matter of time. He was completely on the street. Right? Lord took away everything. And later on, because his only goal was to really please his spiritual master, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Lord gave everything once again. So he said that when Lord wanted to take, my two hands would not stop. And Lord wanted to give, what else I can connect it to this? Yes, Lord is there to give us what we need, might not be what we wanted. But that faith is very important. That yes, we are spending so much of time and energy, right? Like for our kids, for our job, for our family members, for our social life. But can we not spend some time for the Lord, who always wants to reciprocate with us, who is really waiting for us? Santam Samipe Ramanam Pratipradam Vitta Pradam Nityam Imam Vihaya Akamadam Dukha Bayadi Sukha Moho Pradam Tuchamaham Bhajekya. A very beautiful verse here. The devotee is praying that what kind of misfortune I am, what kind of fool I am. This devotee is saying that I have really spent all my energy in taking care of or getting attached to these things which will just really get rusted in this world. Why not really get attracted to this really permanent? Because this Lord, He's there close to me. Right? And He always wants to give more and more love. Vitta Pradam Nityam Imam Vihaya. And Vihaya, I have really forgotten Him. But then I'm really taking center of so many things who are just kind of throwing us away. Right? We should understand that how the Lord that we are talking about, the Acharyas that we are talking about, how they are full of character, how they are full of compassion, how they understand what is the misery that I am going through. They are always looking forward to help us, and we are taking center of so many things, so many people who are just kind of trying to exploit us, trying to abuse us. So we should be intelligent. And then once, like one child, some child very determined, for their exam, and some child are very fickle. Why? Because they don't realize that what exactly is the purpose. Right? Most of the time, the child, because they're so conditioned to playing mentality, sporting mentality. Right? They're so fickle. That's why it's a Devasahitmika Buddhi Ekeha Guru Nandana. Because like a devotee of the Lord, and he's a Devasahitmika, he completely focused. Right? Just like you see the water, it really flows. Right? When through a rock, it makes a mark over a period of time. But similarly, is there our heart? that yes, we might be getting tempted with so many things, but if we focus with some intensity, right, definitely Lord will reciprocate. Our acharyas will reciprocate. And somewhere or other, sometimes, like as we said, it might not be the way we like, the way we think, but in some other ways, some other devotees, some other situation, right? Somebody might say, oh, by chance happens, nothing happens by chance. Right? And Lord will reciprocate us. Yes, it is difficult. There are so many temptations, there are so many challenges, there are so many diversions. We might get tempted, but once I understand that, yes, it's 10 o'clock now, 11 o'clock, I have to go to Bangalore, I have to catch a flight at 3 o'clock. I will not get distracted with any other exit in the highway. Because I know that I have to catch the flight and I go back to home. And in the home, my mommy has cooked so many nice things. That is my goal. And I will not be deterred by so many things that might be there in some restaurants, some malls here and there. Though they might be alluring. Because I want to go back to Godhead. He's waiting for us. He's opening his hand. That's why there's a beautiful story there in our Bhagavatamrita. And it says that how Lord is opening his hand, it's really waiting to embrace us. Now, how can we really be not looking forward to it? Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, you were telling about Narad Muni testing Dhruva Maharaj. And then I thought, he gave many things to divert him, but he was not diverted. And later, then he describes the description of Lord and give him mantra. So that is instance when Dhruva Maharaj, he was already determined, but he became more determined later when he know that what he is going, what he is searching is the Supreme Lord, who is a person. So same way, like we were reading Krishna book in which Rukmini Devi also, like Narad Muni, he describes Krishna as a person. He gets description. So the determination. Suppose a person is a wonderful person, and we come to know about that person through hearing, and know that he is a wonderful person, then we will get determination to meet him, to understand him.
Okay.
So, I just got a thought where in maybe other things we may not determine, but when it is a personal relationship, we may have determination. Oh, he's such a wonderful person. Then let us meet him.
Thank you. Anybody else? Any other questions or comments? So, okay, so what we can do now? How do you really connect with the Lord? Our Acharya is given 5 very important process. Because sometimes we think, okay, if you want to connect with the Lord, you want to really meet with the Lord, you want to spend time with the Lord, but we don't know how to do it. Our Acharyas have given 5 spiritual connections that we can really achieve. 5 spiritual principles. What is that? Sadhu Sangha, Bhagavat Sravan, Nama Sankirtana, Mathura Vasa Srimurti Rasa, Daya Sevan. Yes, in our Bhakti there are 64 leaves of devotional service, 64 Angas are there. Out of that, these 5 are the most potent. But then we should be really convinced about these 5 processes. So now what are we going to do? We'll just do a group exercise. Right? I would really like to give one chart paper, one group, and I would really like to ask you, yes, we have been there for some time, we have been doing all these 5 things also, but are you really convinced why you are doing what you are doing? Right? Why you should take association of devotees? Why you should take, center of this Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam? Why you should read the books? And then why should you really chant the very names of the Lord? Why should you really kirtan of the Lord? And then 4th thing is that Murti Seva. Why should we do the deity worship? Why should we engage ourselves in the service of the Lord? And 5th thing is Mathura Vas. Mathura Vas is, you can say, the prasadam. why prasadam is really important in our life. Okay, so can you just make 5 groups, Guruji, and we'll give 5 minutes to each of the group, and I would really like you to come up and share your thoughts. Right, so we'll give it 5 minutes each to each of the groups. So you can make 5 groups here. Second row here, this one group here, so maybe you can just completely. No. We'll have 5 groups. We can have 2 rows, maybe 1 group. So please complete this exercise in 5 minutes. You can use this chart paper. Yes, Mataji, this here. You can make 1 group here.